What are some $1 billion markets that you would recommend getting into?
I'm out of the game, so I'll tell you where to find them, actually.
Yeah.
So the hack to finding like incredible $1 billion business ideas is...
Yo, my people, welcome back to the Venture Room, the #1 platform for aspiring entrepreneurs. Today we're in Knightsbridge, home to Harrods, one of the most luxurious shopping centres in the whole world. What are we doing today, bro?
Today we're going to be speaking to some multi-millionaires to find out how they built their businesses and some keys to success. So stay tuned, guys, it's going to be a banger.
Look, I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft.
Stop talking, let's take action.
Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start.
I take care of my people.
So I just hit you with the please.
What's the best advice for younger people today?
UK.
Get out of the UK.
Yep.
What do you do?
I own a lifestyle brand.
Talk to me, how does that work?
We target niche car ownership, like Ferrari, Lamborghini, classic car, investment car, and we insure those cars, we store those cars, we tour those cars, and we finance those cars.
Okay, how did you build your company?
I took a risk,
Yeah.
and that risk turned out from 4 staff, we got to about 150 staff, and we went from a turnover of 18,000 to insurer money, 63 million.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
And how much do you sell for?
15.3.
Wicked, man. What lessons would you pass down to yourself if you were starting out again? How would you build a multi-million pound company?
I'm doing it again now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm doing it again now. Yeah.
Oh, right.
We're selling again. We have a 6-year strategy. We're 1 year into a 6-year strategy. We're selling again in 5 years. So we're building again now as we speak. One thing I've learned in business is to minimise your risk.
Yeah.
So as an example, have you heard of Whoop? Young Drivers Car Insurance?
Oh, no.
All right, well, I owned that. All we done was Young Drivers Car Insurance for like guys like you. But when COVID came along and the government locked us down for 2 years, we lost all our policy holders overnight. So we pretty much lost our business. So with this new business, what I've got a logistics arm, I've got an insurance arm, I've got a car storage arm, and I've got an events program, and we do some clothing as well. So
So you basically diversified your
Yes.
portfolio?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, last question.
Yeah, go on.
If someone wanted to start a business today within your industry,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to them that's step by step to building it up to multi-million
Yeah,
pounds
okay.
exits?
Yeah, now that's a good question. Now, you need to own your customer. What I've learned in business, like being involved with corporate banks and insurers, they want to own the customer. We're a broker. We've got an insurance broking arm in
Yeah.
our business. So make sure you own that customer data, because over the years, I've had a few battles, like many companies do, about who actually owns the customer.
Yeah.
And you've got to make sure in your contractual agreements that you own that customer, if that's your brand and your market and your product. Absolutely vital.
See nobody close to me, hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't.
Yes, guys, really good interview. He just built his business in insurance and sold it for over 60 million pounds. Key takeaway for me is mitigate risk. So diversify your portfolio at the right time after you've built your business up. Because in COVID, he lost all of his customers just because no one was driving. And another thing he said is make sure you own your customer. So yeah, let's keep it
I
rolling.
just hit the start. I don't want to speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please.
It's a bit quiet today, but I think we can find some bangers. Let's go. Excuse me, bro. Sorry, super random. Can I ask you what you do for a living?
I'm a 3 times exited founder. In 2012, I started a teeth whitening brand. Our focus was selling over-the-counter products to the likes of Superdrug, Tesco's and e-commerce. We grew very well in that sector, but a very saturated one. In 2019, I met with a leading celebrity dentist and we decided to pivot and offer direct-to-consumer orthodontics.
What did you exit for?
So I sold the business last year for 30 million.
Wow, man. So you made 30 million pounds in the cosmetics industry. What's the biggest opportunity you see today in your industry?
There's probably huge potential for skincare, but premium skincare.
Okay. And then I guess the hardest thing is going from idea to actually launching your company. How would you go from paper to launch?
I think you need to write a business plan.
Yeah.
So you need to understand how you're going to launch, the capital you're going to require to launch. You're going to need to understand if you have the capital around you to do it. And then off the back of understanding that business plan, rolling out into a marketing plan.
Yeah. I love that, man.
The score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas.
Yes, guys, so sick interview. I was getting a bit worried because it has been a bit quiet. But yeah, man, Ben smashing it. 30 million pound cosmetics business. Amazing. A tip that I took away is don't be afraid to start your business, even if the market is saturated. He entered a market that was completely saturated, but done something a little bit different and was able to capitalize. So yeah, we've seen it with Fireway Pizza, with what he was doing. So there's no excuses. Get your business started today. The day's still young. Let's keep going. Sorry to disturb you. How you doing? We're trying to inspire younger people. What do you do for a living?
I'm a financial advisor,
So what does your business entail?
providing financial advice.
Yeah. Okay. Are you enjoying it?
Love it.
Nice. And what's been your best deal then?
8 figures.
What's the best piece of advice you'd give to younger people trying to start a business?
Just wake up and love what you do. Because if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
That's the
I'm
key
old school.
difference between successful people and normal people.
Just that passion every day. Success is not measured by the amount of money that you have, or it's measured by happiness and loving what you do and the passion for what you do.
I love that.
So,
Hey, if I had 5K in my pocket, how would you invest that today?
somebody like yourself that doesn't need it for 10 years, or you're looking to day trade it and looking to flip it for tomorrow, what are you looking to do with that $5,000?
So I want to basically leave my day job and have some money coming in.
Yeah, just that's not that. It doesn't work. You could try it to day trade, but it's all about long term.
So what would you do with the 5K?
5,000, just put it in Apple, Microsoft, all the good AI, Nvidia, those American, you know these companies.
Yeah. Love it, man. Thanks for your time.
See the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference.
It's not going to go on YouTube.
It's slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed. Cause
Excuse me. Morning. Random question. Are you an entrepreneur by any chance?
I'm a retired old man.
Did you have a business before?
I used to work here in Cairo, Egypt.
Oh, really? What did you do?
Reverse osmosis, taking salt out of the water from seawater to drinking.
How did you get into that?
By chance, actually. Stayed there about 10 years.
So did you start that business, or what did you do within the business?
Well, I sold it off later on.
How much did you sell it for?
At that time, I don't know, $120,000 maybe, something like that.
Yeah. So did you start another business after that?
I did the same thing in a hotel in Beirut, the biggest hotel there, Phoenicia, Intercontinental.
What happened to that business then?
That business, we had a kind of, Lebanon country was penniless. The central bank said, haven't got $1. They took everyone's money, all the deposits.
Oh, wow.
Because they were borrowing, and the central bank was lending to the country, which was a negative project. They put a stop to any withdrawals in dollars, because they didn't have any dollars anyway.
Yeah.
The local currency went to crash.
Down, yeah.
And that's the story. So then, by that time, I reached retirement age. I said, okay, forget all
Done
this
with
nonsense.
business and entrepreneurship, huh?
Yeah, ridiculous.
San? Kareem.
Take care, Kareem.
Shukran.
Nice. Arabic name.
Exactly. Thank you for your time. But my takeaway from that, guys, is the country you're building your business in, make sure that the socio-economic factors and the socio-politics, I guess you want to call it that, are stable. My takeaway.
really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted, and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate.
Blowing my mind right now. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Excuse me. Random question.
Yeah.
Are you an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. What did you do?
So I built a business, tech software startup, and then sold it in 2021.
Okay. So how did you start out your business?
I just wanted to be financially independent. That was my only goal, and I was like, I'm going to build whatever business I can to build that. So first I built course business, marketing agency, and then I said, you know what? People young are making good money in tech, so I need to go do that. So I moved to Silicon Valley when I was 24. Research markets, and the best market I could find was auto dealerships.
Yeah.
Old, stagnant, people hate buying cars. So I said, if we can make that better with technology, I think it'd be a good business. And we built that, sold it for 9 figures in 2021.
That's crazy. You researched the market before starting your business.
Yeah. We spent about 3 months looking at almost 1,000 markets. And the thing that we were looking for was we wanted an old market that they were paying a lot for software, but the software had to suck. And we wanted some change in the market that was gonna make it possible for us to build a business.
Yeah.
So for us, key insight was people hate buying cars.
Yeah.
And they're coming open to the idea of buying them online, but can't buy a car online.
Yeah.
So we said, if we can build the software that allows you to buy a car online, we think that's pretty valuable. So we built the online checkout for car dealerships. So I would say, like, order of operations for any young entrepreneur, start with markets, market determines success, and then look for problems in the market.
Got
A
you.
really good market, but no problem equals no business. We found a really big market, over $1 trillion of cars sold, really big problem. People hate buying cars, they can't buy them online.
Yeah.
Then we built a solution. It's very specific market problem solution.
Was there a difference in your mentality from going from 1 million to 10 million to 100 million?
1 million, honestly, was just us being young guys who had no idea what we were doing. We were just throwing stuff at the wall, and the thing that we had was we were 25 when we started the business, so we had time.
Yeah.
Time and energy. So we would just work like crazy. And that's honestly the way that you probably solve the 0 to 1 million phase. 1 million to 10 million is really about trying to, in your early entrepreneur, just throwing effort at the wall, what patterns emerged? Are there certain scripts that you say that close more sales? Are there certain people that you call that buy more than other people? Are there certain types of customers? So you're looking for patterns, and you double down on those from 1 to 10 million. From 10 million to 100 million and beyond, it's really about taking those patterns and turning them into playbooks and hiring departments to run those. So at 10 million, that's when we were hiring, VP of sales, VP of customer service, CFO. They're running playbooks that we figured out on the 0 to 10 million phase. And that's how you do it.
Might have come across a few billionaires in your time in business.
A lot.
What's the difference between a billionaire and a millionaire?
So when we sold, I worked for Upstart. Founder was Dave. At the peak, it's a public company, up and down. He was worth $6.5 billion. And I used to look at Dave and I would think, man, Dave is really smart, but he's worth hundreds of times more than me. And I don't think he's hundreds of times smarter than me. So I was like, what did Dave do differently? The biggest thing I realized was Dave and the rest of the Upstart team, they picked a market that could be worth hundreds of billions of dollars. My company, we sold for 110 million, but if we had really crushed it, we might have been worth $1 billion, maybe $2 billion. And that would have never made me a billionaire. So actually, which goes back to, my core message is market selection is actually what makes you $1 billion versus $1 million, not day-to-day execution. It's just, you have a big market and you execute.
What are some $1 billion or £1 billion markets that you would recommend getting into?
I'm out of the game, so I'll tell you where to find them, actually. So the hack to finding incredible $1 billion business ideas is to go to consulting websites. So these big consulting firms like PwC, Capgemini, et cetera, they release free white papers on markets that are being disrupted, things like that. The reason they do that is they don't actually want to get your money. If you're the early stage entrepreneur, they don't care. They're trying to sell the report or consulting for 500 grand to some Fortune 500 company. So they're doing all this research. They have hordes of analysts that just look for disruption in markets. Go steal their research. It's free on their websites. See what they are saying is disrupting, and then go build solutions for that. That's the easy hack for it.
Where can people find you?
I'm on every social under the sun at Ask Micaiah, so it's AskMichia.
Killed it.
That was brilliant. That was so good.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Guys, that was an incredible interview. Micaiah's a genius. Like he said, research your markets. After you've researched your markets, speak to people within those markets and talk to them about their problems, see if you can solve them. After that, you're on your way to a successful business. So that was an incredible interview, and let's see what we've got next.
I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision. I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes.
I'm rolling. Excuse me, bro. Sorry, man. Love this shade. Super random. Can I ask you what you do for a living?
I do real estate.
Real estate?
Yeah, I invest in real estate.
What do you do in real estate? What exactly?
So I do luxury rent-to-rents. I do luxury Airbnbs within central London. Now I moved away from the Airbnb concept and we're dealing with corporate let clients especially.
Oh, sick. Can I ask you the context of your success? What's the kind of company turning over? What level have you got to?
This year we're projected to turn over 8 million.
Wow.
£8 million. The way we've done that is also, and once again, by switching over to the corporate let side of things. So we've managed to gain contracts with Shell, JP Morgan. We take on the most prime real estate in central London, and we, whenever they want to relocate their CFOs to London, they give us a call. And yeah.
That's amazing, man. How long have you been doing it?
4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Yeah, you enjoying it?
Loving it. Every second of it.
In terms of the journey, how much did you start out with? What was that first starting point?
So we started out with, I had a credit card. Me and my business partner now, we had a credit card. We had 5k each on credit card. We liquidated the credit card and we invested into our first rent-to-rent like that. Wow. I do not condone liquidating a credit card, but it was kind of do or die in a moment in time. It was our first opportunity, so we just took it.
Man, that's risky. It's risky starting a business and risky borrowing money as well.
Yeah.
That's mad.
All our business is literally based off of debt, leveraging debt. So obviously where everybody grows up and we're taught, don't take a credit card out, don't take a loan out. Yeah. But there's such thing as good debt as well, not just bad debt. If you can leverage the debt and money is given to you for free from a building association, a bank, then take it, reinvest it and do what you can.
Do you need money to start?
So you don't need money to start. I know there's a lot of people who can't obviously take out credit, but you can obviously find money from thin air. Nowadays, money's everywhere. Money's not real, you know what I mean? Money's literally everywhere. I
wish I could find money everywhere.
Oh, you can, bro. Everybody around us right now, somebody has a bit of spare cash that you can take off of them. It's just, so I always saw it as this. I wanted to say also, regarding that, there are people on this planet with money, no time and knowledge. And there's people with time and knowledge, but no money. Put those together, fireworks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where you find the money.
Yeah. If you start again, you have to go from 0 to 10k a month. How would you do it in rent to rent?
Okay, I'd start deal sourcing first. I'd find a load of investors who can't pick up the phone and start dialing. I'd learn the skill of sales. I'll start connecting. I'll be a middleman. Middlemen make the most money nowadays, you know what I mean? So I'd find a landlord, find a deal, find someone to invest with their criteria in London, up north, connect, make my commission per month. I make my commission off of that. And from then save up 20, 30K, which you can do within a month through deal sourcing, go and invest myself.
That's interesting, man. You built an £8 million corporate-let company. Is there any like particular tools or tactics that you've used to kind of get to where you are that people can take away?
Tools regarding negotiation tactics. Definitely, you got to remember when you're negotiating with anybody. Obviously, you're trying to close the deal, but make it seem as though they need you more than you need them. So put FOMO in whoever you're speaking to, whether you're talking to an investor or a landlord. Make it seem as though the service that you are providing, whether it's giving them a return on investment or taking on their property and taking on all the headaches for your own rent-to-rent business, they need you more than you need them at the same time. And in negotiation tactics, I'd say definitely use a mirroring effect. Let's say as a landlord, right, they've taken on a property, it's inheritance. They want to get rid of it. They want to run it out. Do you know what I mean? There are so many other things that you to get down to the soil of. Essentially, rip off the bandage, put some salt in it, bandage it back up, understand why the landlord is running out of property and cater to their needs.
Yeah, that's it, man. So how do you actually find the deals, the good properties?
So Rightmove, Zoopla, all of these portals, I'd go slam phone calls.
So no like secret tools or softwares?
No secret tools or software. It's just literally straight sales. It's a numbers game. You got to go through it. You got to build rapport, etc., etc. But yeah, and that's why it's a very hard and saturated market right now because everybody's slamming the phone. Everyone's slamming the phone now. So it's about your pitch and what value you can bring to a landlord at the same time.
Love that, man. Perfect, bro. Yes, guys. So another sick interview. Absolutely crazy. Probably the biggest rent-to-rent entrepreneur we've ever met. £8 million from rent to rent. I didn't even know it's possible, not gonna lie. Key takeaways are there's still opportunities in that space. Definitely looking at corporate lets and the luxury end of the market, which I haven't really seen being done that much. So we're definitely gonna do more. Follow up with him to find out a bit more about how that works. In terms of the sales tactics he uses to secure clients, he looks at doing a mirroring effect where he literally mirrors the person he's speaking to and really understands what they need and creates leverage for his service so to make sure they feel like they need what he's offering. So yeah, let's keep going.
Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really not.
Yes, guys, so that wraps it up. Knightsbridge, done. What a banging episode. My takeaway was, don't be afraid to enter a saturated market. You can always compete by being unique. What's your takeaway, bro?
My takeaway from all the people we interviewed today, research your market before you build your business. That way you get real-time feedback, you're able to speak to people and solve their problem. If you like this episode, give us a like and comment below your favorite takeaway from the video. Stay tuned for the next one.